These arraignments just wrapped up, but details pouring into our newsroom this afternoon. Here is what we know so far. 3 men, Michael Null, William Null, and Eric Molitor, all face terror act and felony weapons charges. They were just formally charged in Antrim County. The Assistant Attorney General, who was present during that arraignment, says these charges stem from a plot to kill and abduct political figures, including Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Now, there are still a lot of questions we are working to answer this afternoon. We know the FBI was at a home in Cadillac last night. We also know Eric Molitor, one of the men that was just charged, is from Cadillac. There was also an FBI raid happening at the same time at a home downstate. WXYZ in Detroit is reporting that downstate raid is related to this case. We're still working to figure out exactly what led investigators to these 3 men and to northern Michigan. We also just got into our newsroom documents showing individuals from western Michigan face similar charges. And we are expected to learn more details about this case little less than an hour from now at a press conference with the Michigan Attorney General, FBI, and state police. The governor and her family own a vacation home here in Antrim County, not far from here. And these documents unsealed today in federal court in Grand Rapids show this plot eventually came to center on that home. Court documents show that on July 18th, a meeting took place where Ty Garbin, one of the men now facing federal charges, suggested shooting up the governor's vacation home. The FBI says a recording given to them revealed Garbin was, quote, cool with going to the vacation home, even if it only resulted in destruction of property. The documents go on to say the group believed their best opportunity to kidnap the governor would come when she was coming or going from the vacation home. It was described as a, quote, snatch and grab. Investigators say the group then planned to take the governor to Wisconsin for a, quote, trial. Documents say Adam Fox, who also faces federal charges, suggested getting help from a realtor to find the location of the governor's home and to gather information about nearby homes. The feds also say Fox suggested getting an engineer and a, quote, demo guy and other operators. And that is what the feds say was just the start. Coming up tonight on 9 and 10 News at 6, we're going to tell you what investigators say this group had planned next. And we are also going to hear from Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel on an investigation she says spanned the entire state. We are live in Bel Air tonight. David Leiden, 9 and 10 News. We are outside of the Antrim County Courthouse where this morning 3 men were charged for what the Attorney General says was their role in a serious and credible plot to kidnap and possibly kill the governor.
All of us standing here today want the public to know that federal and state law enforcement are committed to working together to make sure violent extremists never succeed with their plans.
Investigators say on August 18th, the group known as Wolverine Watchmen, which included these 3 men charged in Antrim County today, discussed doing surveillance of the governor's vacation home as part of their plan to kidnap her.
The federal complaint in this case alleges that the FBI began an investigation earlier this year after becoming aware that through social media that a group of individuals was discussing the violent overthrow of certain government and law enforcement components.
Documents say one member of the group named the Antrim County lake the governor's summer home is on and said they were looking for an escape route using a boat on that lake.
Our efforts uncovered elaborate plans to endanger the lives of law enforcement officers, government officials, and the broader public.
It was on August 26th the feds say preparation ramped up. The group decided to spend $4,000 on helmets and night vision goggles.
The alleged conspirators used operational security measures, including communicating by encrypted messaging platforms, and used code words and phrases in an attempt to avoid detection by law enforcement.
Now, those court documents go on to outline how investigators believe this surveillance began here in Antrim County. It also details a plot that's believed to have been hatched to blow up a bridge near the governor's home. We're going to bring you that part of the story tonight at 10 and 11. For now, we are live in Bel Air. David Leiden, 9 and 10 News. 3 of the men charged today remain locked up in the Antrim County Jail tonight. And these documents say all 3 had a role in surveillance at the governor's vacation home near Elk Rapids that began in late summer.
The alleged conspirators are extremists who undertook a plot to kidnap a sitting governor.
A criminal complaint notes several surveillance trips in August where the extremist group known as Wolverine Watchmen, including these 3 men charged today in Antrim County, took pictures of the governor's vacation home and tried to plan how long it would take police to respond.
Members of this conspiracy on 2 occasions conducted coordinated surveillance on the governor's vacation home. Fox and Croft, in particular, according to the complaint, discussed detonating explosive devices to divert police from the area of the home.
Investigators say the group also discussed blowing up a bridge near the home, an apparent effort to slow any law enforcement response.
The complaint further alleges that Fox purchased a taser for use in the kidnapping and that the group successfully detonated an improvised explosive device wrapped with shrapnel to test its anti-personnel capabilities.
Finally, the documents say the group traveled to Antrim County armed in mid-September to conduct more surveillance, with one of the members suggesting some act of violence, but nothing materialized.
Whenever extremists move into the realm of actually plotting or planning violent acts, the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force stands ready to identify, disrupt, and dismantle their operations, preventing them from following through on those plans.
Now, to give you a sense of why the feds acted when they did, the final pages of these documents say this extremist group wanted to carry this all out before the November 3rd election. That is just 26 days away.